All right, we are ready for a math lesson. It's been a while since we've done this, since last week was a review week, but we are jumping right back in on lesson 29 today with more division. So this time we've got four numbers under the box. We're dividing a number in the thousands with a number in the thousands place by a single number today. So when you see your assignments, you might see the problems written like this: 1,672 divided by 4. You need to make sure you know how to write that down on your notebook paper. You're going to put the 1,672 under the box, okay? And then the 4 on the outside. So this is 1,672 divided by 4, okay? So we don't read this. This is the wrong way to read this. 4 divided by 1,672. That's backwards. It's 1,672 divided by 4. So make sure if your problem's on your assignment, if you ever see a problem written this way, you write this first number under the box, okay? Now we're ready to divide. So you might want to write at the top of your paper, and you might want to get some paper out and pause the video and do this with me so that you can remember how to divide, because it's been a while. But if you'll remember, we had a little code we were using: daddy, divide; mama, multiply; sister, subtract; and brother, bring down. Those are the 4 steps we're going to do over and over until we get to the last number and there's no numbers left. Daddy, mama, sister, brother. Daddy, divide; mama, multiply; sister, subtract; brother, bring down. So let's start with daddy. Daddy, divide. 4 will not go into 1. There's no 4s in a 1, but there are 4s in a 16. So we look at the 16. Something times 4 will get me close to 16 or 16. Do you know what it is? If you know your facts, you know 4 times 4 is 16. Now notice where we're going to put this 4. We're not going to put it above the 1, because 1 divided by 4 is not 4. But 16 divided by 4 is 4, so we're going to write it above the 6 in 16. Okay, so we're going to write that 4 there. Zoom in a bit on this problem so you can see exactly what we're doing. All right, so daddy divide. Now we mama multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. Then we sister subtract. 16 minus 16 is 0. And then we brother bring down. The next number is a 7. Then we start all over again. So we daddy divide. 7 divided by 4. How many 4s are in 7? It'll have to be 1, not 2, because 2 4s is 8. So only 1 4 will go into 7. So put a 1 above the 7 there. Mama multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Sister subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then brother bring down your 2. And then we start back over, because we've got to divide now. 32 divided by 4. And anybody who's good with their facts knows that 32 divided by 4 is 8. Mama multiply. 8 times 4 is 32. Sister subtract. 32 minus 32 is 0. When you have a remainder of 0, you do not need to write remainder 0 up there. I know a couple of you did it on an assignment a couple of weeks ago and it counted it wrong. I went back and counted it right, but you don't need to write remainder 0 if you have a 0 for the remainder. You just leave it like this. So 1,672 divided by 4 is 418. Okay, moving on. Number 2. And you might see it written like this: 1,578 divided by 4. Okay, so we're going to write it like this: 1,578 under the box divided by 4. And we're going to do this the same way. How many times will 4 go into 1? It won't. There are no 4s in 1, but there are 4s in 15. Now, we just saw in our last problem that 4 times 4 is 16. That's too much. So we're going to have to choose a smaller number than 4, and we're going to choose a 3. And remember, we don't write it above the 1 because 1 divided by 4 is not 3. 15 divided by 4 will go 3 times. That was daddy divide. Now we mama multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Sister subtract. 15 minus 12 is 3. And then brother bring down the 7. Okay. Now we've got 37 divided by 4. This is when you got to know your facts. Otherwise, you're just guessing. So keep practicing those facts. Let's see. What do we know? What's easy? Well, 5 times 4 is 20. We need to get bigger. 6 times 4, 24. 7 times 4, 28. We need more. 8 times 4 is 32. Can we get any more? 9 times 4 is 36. So it's going to be 9. 37 divided by 4 would be 9. Mama multiply. 9 times 4 is 36. Sister subtract. 37 minus 36 is 1. Brother, bring down that 8. And start all over. Daddy divide. 18 divided by 4. It's going to go 4 times because 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, mama multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. Sister subtract. 18 minus 16 is 2. We have nothing left to bring down, so this is going to be our remainder. So we do need to write that because it's not a 0. So 394 remainder 2 is our answer. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next problem. Number 3 says 6,948 divided by 2. Now I'm going to work 5 of these with you, and then I want you got to go do them on your own today. And I want you to notice something about my paper. Since this is long division, it takes a lot of room to do a problem. And if you get them too close together and they get all jumbled up, it's hard to see. So if you'll spread them out, and sometimes it's not good to write them all before you try to work them because you might need more room than you gave yourself. I just did it because I had to write them down to do the problem. So it would be ready so I could teach it to you. Number 3, 6,948 divided by 2. So let's start with daddy, mama, sister, brother. Daddy divide. 6 divided by 2. How many 2s are in 6? Well, 3. Mama multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. Sister subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. Brother bring down. I've got a 9. Okay. Start all over. Daddy divide. 9 divided by 2. It'll go 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Sister subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Brother bring down. Got to bring down the 4. Okay, daddy divide. 14 divided by 2. That is 7 because mama multiply. 7 times 2 is 14. I didn't give myself enough room. I just told you to be careful about that, and I didn't give myself enough room. Sister subtract. 14 minus 14 is 0. Brother bring down your 8. Daddy divide. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Mama multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Sister subtract. And that time we got 0 for our remainder. So I don't need to write it up there. So my answer is 3,474. Now see what happened? I wrote this problem too high. Now I don't have hardly any room to write my answer up here. It's going to get all jumbled together, so I should have waited and written number 5, shouldn't I? Okay, number 4. 8,949 divided by 4. So start with daddy, mama, sister, brother, daddy divide. Will 4 go into 8? It sure will. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Mama multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. Sister subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. Brother bring down. Bring down our 9. Now 9 divided by 4. Daddy divide. It'll go 2 times. Mama multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. Sister subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Brother bring down your 4. Gives it 4, makes it 14. Daddy divide. 14 divided by 4. It's going to go 3 times, because mama multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Sister subtract. 14 minus 12 is 2. Brother bring down. We've got a 9 to bring down. You see why they call this long division? It's a long problem. Now we've got 29 divided by 4. Let's see. 6 times 4 is 24. That's pretty close. What's 7 times 4? 7 times 4 is 28. That gets us closer. That's what we need. 7. Mama multiply. 7 times 4 is 28. Sister subtract. 29 minus 28 is 1. We don't have anything to bring down, so we have an answer of 2,237, remainder 1. And we'll put our comma where it goes there. Okay? Let's work one more out together, and then you're on your own to do some by yourself, okay? And this one, I got a little too close together to the problem above it, so just bear with me. We'll have to try to be neat here. All right, so number 5 says 7,569 divided by 2. So daddy divide. 7 divided by 2. It's going to go 3 times. Mama multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. Sister subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. Brother bring down. Bring down the 5. And that gives us a 15. 15 divided by 2. It's going to be 7. Because mama multiplies, 7 times 2 is 14. We're going to try to get as close as we can, remember, without going over. 15 minus 14 is 1. Sister subtract. Brother bring down. Bring down our 6. Now we've got 16 divided by 2. That's 8. Mama multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. Sister subtract. 16 minus 16 is 0. Brother bring down that 9. 9 divided by 2. Daddy divide. It's going to go 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Mama multiply. Sister subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. And so we have a remainder because we don't have anything else to bring down. So our answer is 3,784. Remainder 1. Now, listen to me. On your math assignment today, I know that some of you are doing this with a calculator because you're trying to put decimals in your answer. You're going to get it wrong. Even if it's the right decimal, I'm going to count it wrong because I want you to work it out on paper and put your remainder. Make sure you follow the directions on the assignment on how it tells you to write it, okay? Do not use a calculator. You've got to work it out. You've got to learn to work these problems out. It may take a long time, but that's just part of learning. That's part of school, okay? So go do your assignments, write them out, use some notebook paper, practice daddy, mama, sister, brother. I know you can do it. Let's get on that assignment, and I'll look and see how you did tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.